Oh, I can put on my headphones. I may need to take my laptop to get maybe got
You can't keep that beat rolling? No? Okay.
Oh.
Buddy. We're live, buddy.
We are? I didn't even hear the beat nothing.
Yo, how you gonna start a show and be unprepared?
Bro,
You think we in the back there? People just waiting on us to get going back there. You drinking water, calling,
Listen, bro.
Man.
Listen. Let me tell you the beauty of the One Stop Podcast, bro. Let me tell you the beauty of this shit. It ain't together all the time, bro. Like this is the human side of the One Stop. I let you know there ain't no robots behind us, bro. This is the human side of the One Stop Podcast.
We don't got 35 people.
Man. Let's go, man. Start it off, man.
Hey, man. Nah, man. Shout out to our producer, man.
Cracking, man.
Let's go. Shout out to our producer, Mika J, for this. Ain't let us know the show was starting that quick. You know what I'm saying? And Rel wasn't ready, so we just gonna blame our producer for you not.
Saying, bro, I didn't see it. Did you see the countdown at all? I didn't know me like.
I mean, I did. I'll be honest. I saw it.
Damn.
I did. But
bro,
hey, without further ado, welcome to the One Stop Podcast, where we talk sports
and all that other shit. Hey man, this ain't my best day, bro, but I'm all right. Let's go, man. Let's get it craggy.
It's all good. Man.
What you got for the folks, man? Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. My sinuses is acting crazy. I'm tired. So, hey, man. So you're gonna have to carry us today, but you're more than capable. So go ahead and start us out, man. Get us cranky.
Listen, man. So if y'all don't know, for all our new viewers that's tuning into the One Stop Podcast, first of all, that's Rel, and I'm your main man, Vano. So if y'all ain't following us on the One Stop Podcast on all social media platforms, that's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Yep.
Make sure you do that.
Right
now, I want y'all to click that share button at the bottom. Share it with your friends, share it with your families. Let them know what we got going on out here in the street. We're going to give y'all a lot of hot content. We're going to talk a lot of sports. We're going to talk a lot of media. We're going to talk a lot of entertainment. We're going to talk a lot of everything. We just going to get the people what they want. And without further ado, we ain't going to hold y'all. So I don't really know what we're going to start this off with. I think we should jump in.
I told you what we starting off with.
Well, that's what happens when you let me be the quarterback. Now you got to take the ball back. So we're going to start this thing off with the Coming to America movie. So hopefully everybody's seen this show because we don't want to spoiler alert this right now. But I got a feeling that my man.
Spoiler alert.
I got a feeling my cohort, Rel over there, wants to get this movie off his chest for some reason. So I want to hear what he got to say. We talked about this a little bit, but I want to hear what he got to say about this. So, get the people what they want, man.
I just gotta. Can you hear me pretty well, bro? Let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me pretty good? All right. Now I got a message say that my mic was kind of low. I'm telling you, man. Look, this is just one of them days for me, man. I tell you, I'm tired, but that ain't gonna stop me from getting off my chest what I want to talk about in this Coming to America movie. I can tell you about that. First of all, I really would like to know how you guys think of what you guys think of the movie. So hit me in my inbox or whatever. Let me know what you guys think. But all right, so just like the rest of the world, I was anticipating this Coming to America movie. right? I'm like, okay, I want to see what it's gonna be like. I already know. My expectation wasn't that of the first one, right? I wasn't thinking it was gonna be good because a lot of the sequels are not good at first one. But you would at least think if they take that long of a stretch to do a second one, that the second one would be kind of up to par, right? Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
not even close.
See, 20, but what was it? Almost 30 years to do a second one?
And you think it's gonna have the same effect?
Not the same effect.
It ain't gonna get close. I'm gonna tell you why.
All right, let's say it like this.
So before I get to it, right? When that one statement, right? We look at the Bad Boy sequels, right? They've been naming these things every 3 to 5 years, 6 years, or whatever it is. And even the last one that they did, it didn't really lose much of a beat. It was a little weird, but it still was a good movie, right?
Good movie.
Look at the Friday stuff. Hit the first one, hit the second one, hit the third one. Good set of movies. You look at a lot of the what else had a sequel? The Fast and the Furious stuff. It got a little weird after about episode or.
I don't count Fast and Furious. They're just about cars. That's all they.
Yes, and so guess what? But when you talk about a classic of a movie like Coming to America, which is a good movie, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you wait 30 years to do it, you're gonna miss it. All them dudes was shriveled up, old.
It don't matter, bro. Like, all right, I'm just starting with this. All right, so I guess the way we're going at it, you can tell how I felt about the movie. I thought the movie was completely terrible. Like I hated it. It was nothing about the movie besides the wardrobe. And I wish if I had, like, I'm doing this with my phone right now. If I was doing it with my laptop, I'd be able to let you know the lady's name that did the wardrobe. I think it's the same lady that did the Black Panther wardrobe and all that stuff. She is dope. Like I love the wardrobe. I love the fact that they did have the original cast back. I thought that was dope as well. So let me get that out the way. The things that I found was dope. Now, what bothered me about this movie, right? So before I even watched it, I watched a couple of interviews and read a couple articles about the movie. And beforehand, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler came to Eddie, wanted to do a second, right? And of course, they wanted Michael B. Jordan to be the son and whatnot. Eddie didn't want to do it with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler because he didn't want to make the second one about the son. If you watched Coming to America 2, what was the second one about? The son, right? Like, bro, I'm looking at it. First of all, to me, it wasn't funny. Like, it was super cheesy. Super, super cheesy. And to be honest, bro, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a spoof, right? Like how Scary Movie did a spoof for like Screams and stuff. This reminded me of the spoofs after the Wayans left. Like how they look when the Wayans left, how bad those were. That's what this reminded me of. Like this didn't remind me of a sequel of a movie or a movie that was good and you're just continue on. This sounded like you was trying to be funny. I'm gonna just throw a bunch of comedians in there as if this is Harlem Nights and this gonna work. Bro, didn't.
I got a question for you. What did you think the second storyline should have been? Because clearly,
dude, it could have been about Prince Hakeem becoming a king and trying to figure out how to do that and stuff like it. And he could have had a son, but it was so predictable about everything that was happening, bro. Everything about that. Like, I like Tiana Taylor, but come on, man. You didn't have to try to redo the same. It seemed like the same movie. It seemed like a spoof, bro. And I could be wrong. I see some people say they thought it was funny. I questioned their level of comedic timing and all that stuff. But whatever. Some people thought it was funny. I didn't understand Tracy Morgan's purpose in there. Yeah, he was the uncle, but I just thought he wasn't. I thought nobody was funny in the movie. It was so bad to the point where I never laughed. I didn't laugh not one time in the movie. All I did was look at him and go, aha, that could be funny. That's kind of funny. Like when you're doing stuff like that, bro, and I wanted to like it. Not I wanted to like it, I wanted to love it. And I didn't even go in and thinking about like this is gonna be like the first one. I'm like, yo, Eddie's back. It was good to see Eddie Murphy back. It just looked like this was worse than what we even thought Bad Boys, the last Bad Boys saw, Bad Boys 3. It's worse than what we thought that one would be. Because even though Martin and Will are older, like they made it work. Like
I mean, those are. I did talk about this, right? But I mean, you look at it. That's like Bad Boys is an entertainment movie. Coming to America is a comedy love story. Like,
but listen, in the first one, even though it was a comedy love story, it felt like a movie. Like,
because I'm gonna tell you what, we got so many quotables from Coming to America. We use entirely too many quotables from Coming to America. What is it, Velvet? And that ain't
they put that back, yo. The fact is, I'm telling you, bro, it felt like such a spoof. Like they couldn't even come up with original material, bro. You didn't have to try to give us the same one-liners that you gave us in the first, bro. We waited about 30 years for this movie. We were waiting for new stuff. Yeah, you can reference some of the things, but you ain't gotta. Like even at the end, he go, "What is this, Velvet?" First of all, who was the old dude? Like it looked like they were trying to do the Lion King, and the dude was the baboon, whatever. Like that, bro.
That character was out of place. But when you look at, I guess if you look at it how I looked at it, right? I thought the movie was decent. I thought it was okay. I laughed at some parts of it. Some of it I was like, okay, just another movie that I'd watch on TV. So I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I thought they had some funny pieces, some pieces I didn't understand, some random people in the movie. I'm like, I'm not too sure why Rick Ross is in this movie or why some other people.
Well, we know why it was at his house. So we understand.
I thought that it was okay. It wasn't a bad movie. I mean, we talked about what would we give this movie on a grade from 1 to 10, and you said 1 to 5. If it was 1 to 10 for me, I give it a 5. I mean, it's okay.
Bro, like I give it a 1.5.
I'm not going out of my way to watch it again, but I would watch it if it's on TV. I ain't gonna work that hard.
Bro, I wouldn't, bro. Let me say the first one, because yeah, I think it's a lot of people who kind of know it that didn't like the first one that much, right? Because especially like people in Africa, they thought it was like a mockery of like Africa and stuff, right? So didn't like it as much. Bro, when I watched the first one, like I at least felt like it was a movie, right? Like I got lost in the story of Prince Hakeem, right? Like trying to get old girl, like trying to get him. Like I got lost in the story, and it was just funny. This one, bro.
I mean, listen, like I said, they waited 30 years to get it off their chest. I laughed a little bit.
This one looked like a mockery. Like even Eddie's accent, like was just like he was trying. You could tell he was trying to do an African accent.
But I mean, Eddie didn't do much in the movie. Let's be honest. Eddie was not the fuel behind that movie. And so shout out to you didn't like Tracy Morgan's character, but I understood it. Like, I mean, you talk about the first movie where Eddie goes from living in New York City for 40 days or 3 months or how long it was, right? To where he finds out like how they still had to mesh the two. He has like this bastard son. And so people from New York live in a different culture from people like live in royalty. So the other side of the fence is looking at people from New York. And I mean, his son was just working an end-to-end job trying to make money, but his dad wasn't there because guess what? His dad was in Africa. So he's raised by his moms and he was raised by his uncle. It's like, this is a dude, I raised him right here. So shit, I've been trying to be a father figure in his life, but I ain't his dad, and he gonna carry his peoples with him. So you look at him, his family going from New York to back to the Zamunda. It's like, we live in our culture here. Y'all live in y'all culture here. Not that ours is better than yours, but this is where we come from. And so it was meshing two different groups of black people, whether it's, you may call it educated, uneducated, royalty or not royalty, to saying, hey, this is what it's going to be like. And I mean, so
I understand on trying to blend the two families together. Like that happens that's happened no matter what. Like when you're trying to like whether you're getting married or whatever, you're blending two families together. But when I'm looking at it, first of all, I'm trying to figure out like the scene that they showed of how Leslie Jones' character even got pregnant.
Listen,
it felt like wrestling, bro. That was
it worked hard. They had to squeeze it in there some type of way. You had to find a bridge from the first to the second. And listen, I'm not a movie producer, man, so I can't say what their intentions were. I thought it was decent. I laughed a little bit. We disagreed a little bit. And guess what? It's like that. I mean, some people liked it. Some people thought it was terrible. But if you thought you was about to get some Denzel flick that's going to be fire, then you sat in.
No, bro. I really just thought I was going to get a good movie. And T, I saw your comment about you have to be more political correct in this time. Bro, I'm not even worrying about that part because nothing about that movie was saying they were going on the edge. Even like, I don't know, bro. Y'all let me know, man. Let me know if I'm tripping because I looked at it and I was highly disappointed, man. Like super highly disappointed. Like I probably would do a small recap on it just to cover all the bases of it.
Listen, but I think Space Jam 2 is going to be terrible.
It might be, bro.
And listen, I don't think it's going to be terrible, but it's not going to have the same punch as the first Space Jam. So in your regards, it's probably going to be equally the same as just Coming to America.
But the Space Jam 2 movie might be bad, right? But bro, we're going to look at it, and if it's a good storyline, bro, like if it makes sense, bro, this movie, the Coming to America movie, just didn't make sense.
I think that Space Jam storyline is going to be the exact same thing.
No, they don't have the Monstars in this one.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
I'm telling you, they don't. The Monstars are not in this one.
So
what I'm hearing, the articles that I read, that because
hey, listen, we'll see. I ain't no movie critic, man.
Yeah. No, bro, I look at everything, right? No matter what, it can be movies, entertainment, like, so, bro. I don't put myself in a box for nothing, right? Because if somebody brings up something, I'm like, oh yeah, I heard of that, and I can have a conversation about it. You know, that's how you keep yourself on your toes. So the Space Jam movie might be the same, bro. But you can't tell me that you looked at this movie and you felt great when it was over.
I felt the same. I just want to be entertained. I found an hour and a half of my life that I was a little entertained. I thought they had some dope dancing scenes. Like you said, the costumes were dope.
What dope dancing scenes?
I mean, there were dope dancing scenes, but like so when we talk about the drumming and the drumming that they had, that they were coming in and out with Tiana Taylor and even Wesley Snipes, like, I mean, that was
had Wesley looking crazy doing them stupid dance moves. Bro, okay, all right. We'll move on from it, but let me tell you one. All right, let me tell you one other.
I like the barbershop scenes in it too. I thought they were decently okay.
I thought it was bad, bro.
And that's fine.
Listen, I said one more thing about it, and then we'll move on from it because I know we got other stuff to get into. Having Gladys Knight sing at the quote unquote funeral, right? And she goes on that midnight train to Zamunda. Bruh.
I can't say I remember that part. I don't know.
Bruh. And I only watched it once, but this how focused I was on this movie because, again, Coming to America is one of my favorite movies, bro. So I'm looking for a good movie.
Yeah,
bro, when I saw, see the fact that you don't even remember that part, bro.
Listen,
like
I was invested into it. I watched. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I wouldn't,
bro.
I think you was about. Listen, bro. I think you thought you was about to get a nice chunk of gold and be like, that's it.
No, bro. I was just like everybody else, right? We're not going to movies and stuff, right? So a black production is coming out, just the same as I was for the new Bad Boys movie. I was just excited to see it, and I was ready to go. I'm like, all right, boom. Marissa and I looking was like, we got no expectations on it. We had nothing to do, so nothing was distracting us. Like no phones. It was the weekend. We were in the bed watching it, and it just didn't move us. Bro, I wanted to laugh once.
Bro, listen.
Listen. That's all I asked.
Listen, bro. Nobody's forcing you to like it. It's some movies out there that people love that I thought was stupid as hell, and that's fine. And so, guess what? You didn't like it. The majority of people did, and guess what, bro? It is what it is. We all got our preference.
At the end of the day,
hey, some people like ranch, some people like blue cheese. I hate both of them.
Listen, at the end of the day, man, the movie seemed to be doing pretty good numbers. Now, that's the first week. I don't know what the second week gonna look like.
I'm gonna tell you what, though.
It might be like record sales, bro. Be top when it first came out, and you realize, oh, the album ain't that great, and then you can fall off.
Yeah, adversaries went doing too hot, and then it just
you know what I'm saying? Like you start off.
Hey, listen, but I'll tell you what though. So I've had some patients come into the office and they say, "Hey, yo, doc, have you watched Coming to America 2?" And these, I'm like, yeah, I watched it, but so that movie's doing numbers, and it's like, I mean, I didn't want to start the show off with Coming to America, but you know what? It's hot, and so guess what? For random people that I think that wouldn't ever watch the movie to come in and talk about it, it is what it is. I mean, and so good for them. I'm making a penny off of it. I thought it was kind of funny. I was mildly entertained. Whatever.
Now, the funny thing about it, even when we posted up there, and my brother Bradley, he goes, "I know you're gonna kill it, but." He thought it was a good movie and whatnot. He thought, I know you're gonna trash it or whatever. I didn't want to, bro. Like this, you don't realize the first Coming to America is still so funny to me when I go back and watch it. Like
Right.
I might have to go back and watch it so I can forget what happened on the second one. I
It's
think
cool.
I may have to do that.
Hey, you might need to do a do-over, bro. It's fine.
No. Let me text my wife and then set it up. We might have to do. We have to get out. We gotta get our laughter back. We gotta remember the time when Eddie was funny. We gotta remember it back.
Bro, listen, and so I'll be clear about this. I was talking to my lady about this. I said, listen, when you look at Eddie Murphy movies in totality, most of them suck, or they're subpar movies. Like, I mean, Coming to America was a classic, but the raw stand-ups were good.
Bro, Trading Places with fire, 48 Hours with fire, bro. No,
but then you look at stuff like Dr. Dolittle and Norbit was.
Dolittle, the first one was good,
but the second one was Norbit was. And
that's where it went left. It went left with Norbit, bro. Like
Pluto Man, and like, I mean, so
he wasn't in Grown Little Man. What are you talking about?
I said Pluto Man. He had a movie
Pluto. Pluto. You know, yo. Let me tell you, yo. I actually found that movie kind of funny. It was a terrible movie though. But see, I can admit when it's a terrible movie, it's just something about it. It's like one of those like, it's kind of funny. Like if it's that's one of the ones. If it's on TV, I'll watch it because it's so bad, bro. But if I felt like a little storyline was there too, but whatever. But look, we'll move on from Coming to America. Look, you guys, let us know in the comments.
I told you I want to talk no 20 minutes about those daggone Coming to America.
We did 21.
Shut up. You know what I mean.
we actually probably did like 18 or something. You know, it took us a while because I didn't even realize the countdown was coming on and everything.
You heard that word like 20 minutes?
Listen, man, let us know what you think on our page. Again, follow us on all social media platforms at the One Stop Podcast. Follow me at For the Relevant on all social media podcast. I think you may be Just Vano on
I'm just Vano on Instagram.
Vano on Instagram is what I know. And follow him at Devano Norton on Facebook as well. Yeah, let us know what you think, man. I'm open to having more conversation with the people who want to have it. This is not a forced thing for people who don't want to have a I'm good to have the back and forth with anybody who want to have it. All the fans, all the stopaholics out there. I'm open to have a conversation because I want to find out what I missed in this movie for the 10 out of 100 people that liked it, right? I want to know because I'm open like that.
Bro, no, it's probably more of a 60-40 split, and then you can pick whatever side you want to be on.
I guess so, man. So again, look, man, my brother, you're leading the show because I'm not 100% today. So go ahead. Look, we can get off this Coming to America thing. Go ahead and get us on to the next one, brother. Go and get us on to the next one.
Nah. So in other news right here, and I ain't gonna stay on this too long. Maybe 5 minutes or less. That's my goal.
You're allowed. We won't stay on 5 minutes or less for nothing. But go ahead.
Boy, you ask my lady boy.
Bet, buddy. Fire. That's all I got. Man. I have too much. That's all I got.
I couldn't pass that one. That seemed like an easy one.
That was good. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
When I can get him. No, Dak got paid. Straight up. Dak got paid. And so you talk about a guy. I'm gonna be honest about this right here. And I try to be, I'm a Cowboy fan if y'all don't know. I try to be objective about my team. I can also be biased, but I try to be real objective when it comes to certain stuff.
We're all biased on our teams, but go ahead.
Yeah. So when I look at this Dak contract, this is something that should have happened 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We're 2 years behind when a man should get paid. Not telling, I should say how money should work. I mean, Kirk Cousins got tagged twice on the franchise tag, and he said, I'm cool with that because guess what? I get my money up front and I get my money guaranteed.
Yep.
And that's the way to go. But when you look at an organization like Dallas, who's struggled with quarterbacks between Aikman and Romo, and then from Romo to Dak, because even when Romo was banged up, they couldn't find nobody to fill those gaps. So to watch a man like Dak have to take the last ditch effort to get paid, it's kind of disgusting in the Cowboys organization. And so I'm proud that this dude got paid. I mean, he's got a very team-friendly contract, 4 years, $160 million, 126 guaranteed. First year is $22 million. Second year is $33 million. Fourth year is $44 million, with the fifth and sixth can be avoided on the contract. So it's a good contract. So it's not going to hurt the team when you come to cap, when you look at the cap at the end of the day, because they can still be able to put pieces around him on the defense. They can still figure out how to add offensive weapons. They can still figure out what to do with a running back that they're paying $16 fucking million to. That whatevs. But and I don't hate Zeke. I'm just saying I'm not spending $16 million in a running back, and I still need a top line. So either I need a top back or a top line. I can't have both of them, and they both suck. So as an organization, you got to figure it out. So I'm just happy that Dak got paid. It's a nice contract, in my opinion. And I'm just pissed that it took so long to get done. That's it.
All right. So I am happy he got paid. It's well deserving. He outperformed his contract for years, man. I mean, he was a 4th round pick.
Right.
So he outperformed that contract. He deserved to get the money that he got. Does it move the needle for me as for the Dallas Cowboys? Hell no. It does nothing for me as far as what I think of them going forward, like possibly Super Bowl contention. It does nothing, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of Dallas fans I come across where you're one, and I think our producer Mika J is one as well. My pops one, my sister one, right? So I come across a lot of fans who now dislike Zeke a little bit, right? Not a fan of Zeke. But you would dislike a Zeke, but then you'll look at Amari Cooper, who's getting super paid, and I don't hear the criticism on Amari Cooper when he's having. Well, let me finish. I don't hear the criticism on Amari Cooper when he's having terrible things. So at the end of the day, unless CeeDee Lamb proves to be that guy, or unless Jarwin proves to be that tight end, Amari Cooper is Amari Cooper. I don't see him giving you more than what he's already giving you, especially now that he got his money. So as far as the offensive side of the ball, you still got to get your O-line healthy, right? Tyron Smith, it might be over. He's a Hall of Famer, man. It might be done for him. Like he's had a great career.
His best days are behind him.
His best days are behind him. You got Lionel Collins who had to get back healthy, right?
Right.
You got your other guys. I don't know your whole offensive line, but I know those people.
No, we got Zach, and then we got this rookie cat named Tyler. We subbed in a couple dudes last season named some rookie dudes, and that's fine. So I don't really want to dig, but there's Travis Knight and Terrence Steele.
And also, what are you looking at as far as the defense side of the ball? Because that got paid.
That's very important. So that's very important. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna defend my man Cooper, because I just can't let you air Cooper out. Okay. I mean, in a season where Cooper had 4 wide receivers or 4 quarterbacks playing, he still managed to have 1,100 yards and I think 7-8 touchdowns.
Did he have 1,100 yards?
Had 1,100 yards this past season with
that's impressive.
A bunch of trash ass dudes, and so his contract is front loaded, and he's got 2020, and then it's voidable after this season that's coming up right here. And so while people harp on what does Amari Cooper do, I said, see, I meant Amari Cooper. What does Amari Cooper do? Amari Cooper, he's a little banged up. He, in my opinion, he lacks a little heart. But I mean, when you talk about the way that the Dallas organization is ran from a team standpoint, you put your marbles on a man that you're paying $16 million in a running back, and you say this is a running team. You want to see him run, rather than, an all-pro line. I'm missing a couple pieces on the line. You still want to get some production out of him. And Zeke, in my opinion, he's lost a step last season. And so from the offensive side of the ball, they got some things they need to shore up. But this team is going to be trash if they don't figure out what the hell they're doing on defense. So it don't matter if you got Tom Brady back there quarterback and you got Pat Mahomes. If he's behind that line, he's got those weapons, and that defense is bad as it is. The team's going to struggle to win games, and you just can't win games when your defense is giving up 30 points. And that's for the Dallas Cowboys. That's for any team in the league. So that's what it comes down to. So it don't matter if Dak got paid. I think that he has the skill set and the tools to actually get it done on the field. If you just put him in a decent situation, I've argued with a couple of people about this. They say, well, he can't win the close games. I'm like, shit, your quarterback got to go down there and have an 80-yard shootout every time. Guess what? That's not logical. You're not going to win 80-yard shootouts, and you're going to play for play with somebody else that ain't got a better defense than the one that you got on the field. And so you can look at a team like even Tampa Bay, like Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions in the NFC Championship game. Guess what? You didn't know it happened because their defense got the damn ball back, and they still kept the show going. So if you blaming the offense for not getting the job done, you got 2/3 of the field of the special teams and defense that's not going to be able to work. It don't really matter. Until they fix the defense, get the special teams a little better, it don't matter who's on the offense side of the ball. Shit, they can add Randy Moss again in his prime, and it's still going to be the exact same thing because teams ain't putting up 35, 40 points a season. It's just not logical.
I'll say this. With that being said, for the Dallas Cowboys, giving that the same as we looked at Deshaun Watson, right? Like he got that money, so he should have made a playoff. Dallas got to make the playoff. There's no, in a weak East.
So he's definitely the best quarterback in the East. But I mean, Deshaun Watson, you look at this dude, they won 4 games. You can't have a team that's got a half-ass GM, a half-ass coach who's the same person. You trade away a number 1 top 5 wide receiver in the league.
Well, they ain't up running back. Stupid.
We ain't about to win. You traded for a running back that's past his prime with busted legs. We ain't about to win too many.
I mean, we can't even blame. We're not even gonna blame Deshaun Watson what happened in Houston because that, as you can see, like for the people who left and all that shit, you can tell that was a shit show from the beginning.
I mean, he's mildly liable, but I mean, you just can't. And that's a prime example. You got to put pieces around somebody that's going to be able to work.
Look, I take him out of liability when the fact that when JJ Watt, who's the face of the franchise, come up to you and apologize. That's when I take you all. You're out of any liability. That
right now, listen, and so the dude of the Houston, I don't know how we got on the Texans, but the dude of the Texans right now that's running the organization was the clergyman. He was the chaplain.
That's what it is. That's why. Look, comparing contracts, Dak got the money again that he deserved. That's what the market say pay, so you got to pay him. Is he the best quarterback at that top echelon list when you're looking at Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, like the people who got that top money? I think Aaron Rodgers brought there too. He's not at the top of that list, but he outperformed his contract. Super outperformed. And so that money is well deserved.
I'll tell you how this works, and this is a big problem what people don't understand. Rankings and ratings and salaries aren't congruent. Just because you're the best man doesn't mean that you get paid the highest amount of money. But when the iron's hot and you strike, that's when you're going to get paid because these contracts are meant to actually keep on jumping each other. So just because I might be the 5th rated quarterback right now, my contract is going to say, hey, I'm the best dude because the dudes ahead of me already got paid. And that's just how it works.
Listen, before Uber started doing
economics,
before Uber started doing Uber Eats, Uber and Lyft did the same thing. They both pick people up and they drop people off. I can't tell Uber they can't make more money than the Lyft because they do a better job.
And they got exactly.
You know what I mean?
McDonald's and Burger King right across the street from each other, and they
they better at promoting their product. I can't say, hey man, Lyft only charging me this. I mean, look, we both.
No, bro, don't lie because you used to hate.
Oh, look, you know me. I looked at the app. I be like, hey, bro, I can get the Lyft by $3 or $4 cheaper, but I'm gonna get the Lyft.
And then at one point in time, you deleted Uber off your phone for some reason.
Oh, I was on my black shit.
Whatever, dog. It is what it is.
Look, sometimes I get in that moment where I'm pro-black. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, hey man, what going on with Uber? You know what I'm saying? I try to get the story on it. But I'm back. I've been back for a while. It probably lasted a week, bro. Let's be honest about it.
It lasted longer than that.
We started realizing, no more than a month though. It wasn't more.
Oh, we went from a week to a month.
It wasn't more than a month.
All right, bro.
Hey, bro, look.
You got it.
And I got a car. So what did I really need Uber? I mean,
safety.
Well, me during that time, yeah. But I don't need it now.
Safety.
When last time you opened up the Uber and Lyft app? I don't know how we got on this, but I just want to know.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's the time we live in.
I think it might have been last year around this time I went down to a festival.
Oh yeah, we went to the wine. Is that the mimosa joint? That was in March, bro.
I don't know. Whatever. It is. What it is.
Not mimosa joint. What was it called? It was like a brunch festival. The brunch
festival.
Something
like that. I think I went to one after that, the weekend after that, which was the last time we went out because of COVID. And this might be a shitty way to transition to our next topic. But speaking of COVID, let's talk about the All-Star selection of the All-Star teams for the NBA. And the reason that I said that is because it's two dudes and it was really one dude in the NBA that I fucking hate right now, and that's Rudy Gobert. and you probably like, yo, why you hate Rudy Gobert? The same reason Rudy Gobert got picked last in the All-Star game, him and Donovan Mitchell, because they're playing around, and they're the reason I ain't been to a concert in a year. My bad, I had to get it off my chest. I hate Rudy Gobert.
All right, so it's unfortunate for Rudy Gobert.
I hate Rudy Gobert, man.
It's unfortunate for him that he is the poster child
for COVID
of shutting down America when it comes to COVID. Like, he is the guy, like him, and then he gave it to Donovan Mitchell. Even if he didn't, we're going to say he did because he was playing around too much.
And then down there playing around, touching everything. Y'all play too much.
That's when you play too much, bro, and bad things happen. That's what goes wrong, right? Look, I saw you put in our group that you were upset with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
I would listen. So the second thing, you know what? You heard the backstory on that.
I heard the backstory.
Outside of Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, barbers are going to shut down sports. If these dudes don't get a handle on,
that's a fact.
These people get a handle on what's going on,
bro. At the end of the day, dog, we all need cuts, bro. I can't even front to you. And look, and I know, please stopaholics and people that are tuning in, don't kill me for this, right? Even when the pandemic first started, bro, like right when Rudy Gobert shut the world down, bro, I got a cut that same week, bro. Listen, I needed the cut, bro. It was bad under here. Like, I had already been woofing it out for a little bit because I was just chilling. I needed a cut. So I went, bro. It ain't people in America that have to actually go into a job that's not gonna need a cut, bro. We're gonna need a cut. So I think all barbers got a responsibility to go get the vaccine. I don't care if you don't believe it or not. Go get it because you're putting us all at risk for getting haircuts. And you know we need haircuts, especially in the black community. So go get the vaccine. I don't know if I'm going to get it yet. I'm gonna have to wait and see. But this ain't got nothing to do with me. It's about you barbers who could have ruined the All-Star game because the barber tested positive for Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. It wasn't their fault. They needed a cut. We all need cuts. I got a cut about a week and a half ago. My barber could have had it. Hope he don't, because if he did, hope he would tell me. But he could have had it, and I could have got it, and Rissa could have got it, and it could have been a whole chain of shit. So I don't blame them. I blame the barbers. Barber, you got a responsibility. I know I don't want to put that much pressure on you. I know you just here to cut hair and like talk shit and tell us stories that we don't really care about. I know that's what your job is. But you got a responsibility because we need you. You are the real essential workers out there.
Yeah. So,
I'm just saying, bro.
Since we said barbers get vaccines and Rudy Gobert, y'all stop playing around because we don't like you. Did you get a chance to watch the All-Star game?
I watched, let's see. I did watch the 3-point contest. Right? I thought that was very entertaining. Shouts out to Steph.
Yo, Marcus, man, fire your barber. That's the hardest thing for me to tell you to do. Fire your barber, man, because that's just reckless right there.
What happened? I missed it.
His barber, he went and got a cut, and then his barber didn't tell him the next day that he was exposed. He could have told him before the cut.
See, now that's what I'm saying. The irresponsibility of the barbers out there. First of all, if the barbers expect you to tip, like we expect you guys to put your status out there as far as COVID, bro, or get the vaccine. Look, expectations out there for everybody, bro. Everybody got them. You know what I'm saying? Right. Look, this is the job you chose, bro. I didn't tell you to be a barber.
And I'll tell you what. So I talked to my barber, and he said he was a little under the weather. He said he had to go get tested.
There it is.
He let me know, and he's like, I ain't feeling good. I'm shutting this thing down. And guess what? He wasn't positive, but he did the right thing. So I appreciate my man.
Responsible fella. Now, Steph Curry wins the 3-point contest. I watched that. That was very entertaining for me. Well, the skill challenge was actually good to watch too. The fact that these big men keep winning, it's like crazy to me. That just shows you where the game is at. Because you cannot imagine a Shaq or Dwight Howard back in their days when they were dominating, winning the skills challenge. You just you can't see it. Not even close, right? The dunk contest, scratch. Did not watch.
I mean, one the dunk contest was in the middle of the actual game.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I didn't watch it because nobody watched halftime like that. I'll be honest.
That's a fact, right? Go ahead.
I don't give a halftime that much, but shout out to the dude Anthony Simmons that won it. Don't know much about him, but it is. But I'm gonna tell you what we're losing right here. I'm gonna get on and off this little tangent real quick.
What do you think?
All these high-profile NBA players, some dude named Anthony Simmons. When Blake did it was probably the last time we had somebody that was noticeable in the game that won the actual dunk contest. John Wall did it like in 2014 or something like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, my point is a lot of these dudes that's actually doing the dunk contest, we don't really know them. So Zach LaVine won, but I mean, they're just high-flying dudes. So I mean, when we talk about, we would love to see our actual all-stars in the dunk contest. We would love to see Zion in the dunk contest, but guess what? He ain't gonna do it. We would love to see LeBron in his prime do it. He ain't gonna do it. It's some cats that we would love to see in the prime, like do the dunk contest. That's where the heat comes from. We ain't really checking for all these other cats like that.
That's a fact.
Your team, you don't get that much.
But I'm not mad that the high-profile names was in there if it's a good dunk contest, right? Because Zach LaVine and Eric Gordon was one of the best dunk contests we've ever seen, and they were not named. Zach LaVine was a little name because he won the dunk contest the year before that, but he wasn't no all-star like he is now.
He was just a regular dude, but he's worked himself into an all-star 5 years later after winning.
That's what I'm saying. So if the dunk contest is good, I'm not mad that the stars are not in it, because we get a show like a Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, which one of the best dunk contests besides since the Vince Carter one that I've seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Vince Carter, Steve Francis, right, when they were going at it. Since I've seen that one, that by far for me, that's the best one I've seen. No, you know what? I would have to give the Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine is the best one I've seen, and the Vince Carter and Steve Francis one second, only because Vince Carter one could stand up to, like, his performance that night could stand up to Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. I just don't think Steve Francis, which he did good dunks. It was exciting, but it didn't stand up to those three.
So I think that we should have at least a lottery pick or two in the dunk contest every year. Some high-flying dudes, because I mean, it gives us a little more excitement. It gives us a little more pause. Like, we should probably see some names that we actually know. I mean, Zach LaVine turned into a household name, but before the dunk contest, we was like, Zach LaVine, all right, we wouldn't here to see Zach LaVine until we was like, oh.
I know, but we wasn't there to see Nate Robinson go against Dwight either, but it still was a good dunk contest.
Yeah, but Nate Robinson and Dwight were household names.
No, Nate Robinson was when he first did dunk contest, he wasn't a household name.
Dwight was.
Yeah, Dwight was there. But I'm saying, but you get a Nate Robinson who comes up again. My thing is, it don't have to be stars. I want stars, but it don't have to be stars.
It would be lovely to have a star or two in it. So my thing is, you don't really watch the preliminary fight before Floyd Mayweather fight unless it's a good card.
That's a fact. But boxing's different though.
You ain't really trying to see the dudes that you ain't really trying to see unless it's got some big names. You watch it, but like Protected One off of YouTube said, dunk contest felt a little basic because they probably rushed into a small period of time. It was. Listen, I watched because again, I didn't watch the dunk contest, but I went back and watched the highlights of it. Yeah,
and nothing about it. Zach LaVine did a better dunk in the warm-ups than what we saw that was in the dunk contest.
And a big part of it is a dunk contest. I guess this year's a little different because, I mean, that really comes off of fan interaction. I feel like all in all together, they just slapped the All-Star weekend together and was like.
I thought, you know what, to do it kind of last minute the way they did it, I thought it was still a good All-Star.
It was okay, but I mean, no fans in the stand. It would have been nice to have a long, like not it all be in just one night to have the dunk contest, challenge and a 3-point contest, you know.
But I was up into besides the dunk contest, I was entertained though. I'm not even gonna front. I was entertained. Even the basketball game itself, even though Team LeBron blew Kevin Durant's team out, I still was entertained because the show that Steph Curry and Dame Lillard put on, bro, they different, You know, you shouldn't be able to shoot like that, man.
So I got a question. Who are you taking, Dame or Steph?
Oh no, I still got Steph.
Okay, all right.
Let's not get this. Let's not go crazy now. Let's not get out of hand.
It's kind of disgusting to have a name called Logo Lillard.
Listen,
that's not because you're the logo, because you might pull up from the logo.
Listen, bro, he's shooting it like a free throw, bro.
Yeah, it's
real.
It's
like
crazy.
Steph does have to, but if you look at most of Steph's shots when he's a little further back from the 3-point line, he put a little more effort into it. I think that's just his shot. Not saying he like using a lot of his strength to do it.
Listen, it don't matter what it looked like. Did it go in?
No.
I'm just saying, but did you die though?
Listen, you never criticize the show. You never criticize the form when the shot's perfect. Shouts out to JC on battle rap stuff. You want to know that, but
Hey man, what you talking about, man?
You don't criticize the form when the shot's perfect. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But Dame, bro, like he just pulling up from logo like it's a free throw, dog. Like, and you looking at it, bro. When I saw that last shot go up, I was
because this thing is when you look at shots like that, you be like, back in the day, you be like, oh, he almost hit it from half. Now you be like, this motherfucker did it again.
Listen, man, shots out. I enjoyed it. I did. I still hate the fact that it was here in Atlanta because it was so much going on.
Right, people sleeping in U-Hauls and shit.
Yeah, man, it's a lot, man. Listen, I didn't
go talk about that.
I didn't go close to downtown, bro. I wanted nothing to do with it. Even though Jesus was throwing his party right down the street here at Monticello's, I wanted nothing to do with it, bro. It's like, and I'm looking at all the pictures and stuff from the All-Star Weekend, people cars and like, like the show was good, but what was happening outside Atlanta was kind of depressing to me, bro.
But to be honest, that's a regular weekend in Atlanta half the time.
That is true too, bro.
But it was just a little
with a little sauce on it. Sauce on it. I was having a conversation with somebody last week, and they were all asking me about the All-Star game and stuff like that. And I was like, listen, one thing about Atlanta, when you live here, like I said, most of the people that are here, living here in Atlanta, that's been here for a while, wanted nothing to do with none of that.
Yeah, no, we was good.
Well, we were good, right? And I say, and one thing about Atlanta, what you do here, bro, you mind your business. That's the best thing you can do. If you want to make it out here, because I got some people back home who be thinking crazy about Atlanta. But I be trying to tell people, Atlanta ain't sweet. Right. Atlanta ain't no hoe, bro. It ain't no.
I live in suburbia, but
listen, I'm in the suburbs too, bro. But Atlanta ain't no hoe out here, bro. So the best thing to do, and that's the reason I wanted nothing to do with that this past weekend. Just mind your business, bro.
The crazy part is 3 years ago, both of us would have been down and getting.
We'd have been out there, bro. Like we'd have been out there like it was nothing, man. Like probably getting into a scuffle too. Who knows? I'm be honest with you, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But when you're thinking about it and you're looking at it, bro, I'm telling you, when I was talking to this person, I said, bro, I don't care. And this is a fact. And again, people, this is the opinions of Darrell for the relevant and his alone. I don't care if I see a female getting in a fight with a dude out here, bro.
That's her problem.
You mind your business.
And it's Women's Equality Month. You don't have to deal with that on your own.
You gotta look. I know Women's Equality Month, and I love you women. I respect it. And this ain't me being no punk, no chump, bro. Like this is just, bro. You here? There's certain places where shit happen. You mind your business. Not only because of the fact that something may happen to you if you jump in that. These women out here so crazy. If you jump into their fight, they will stop fighting with their dude, and her dude would jump your ass.
Yeah, wait a minute. Stay out of grown folk business.
that's just a fact, bro. They'll look at you like, what you jumping in this for? And that's the you getting jumped, stabbed, shot about. That's just the way Atlanta is, bro. So listen, and all in all, for TD wise, the All-Star weekend was dope for me, besides the dunk contest. Life outside, looking at all the parties and COVID being spread like crazy, I was a little disappointed.
My boys got after it. Let's go with that. So T said, we're gonna finish up. He said, right. Who you taking in the clutch, Steph or Dame? And I'll be honest, I'm going Steph. I'm going Steph.
Dame in the clutch, bro. You give me Dame. You give me Dame in the clutch. Look, I love Steph. I think Steph is dope talent, but you give me Dame in the clutch, bro. Dame shows you in the clutch that it's go time with him. I seen Steph in the clutch and he turned the ball over a few times. I've seen it.
He get a little clammy, but I know he's been in. So I'm gonna go. I got Steph. I take Steph.
Bro. When it's time, it's just time.
It's game time.
Look, I know the chef be cooking. Don't get me wrong.
I do agree. When you look at Steph though, when he gets down to it, if you apply a little pressure on him, and that's why he actually went in the NBA Finals, you put a little pressure on him. Yeah. He gets that's why he the reason that KD got 2 MVPs.
Exactly. Like he's good for Golden State. He's right in the perfect place.
But I'll tell you what though, if Steph get hot early in that game, and
you kiss the baby. Yeah, kiss the baby, bro.
Yeah.
So but Dame, bro, Dame is just different. Like the fact that he took that last shot just to end the game.
Fuck, he wanted it.
It was just perfect because he got hot.
Yeah.
He got hot going down the stretch. And like Giannis said, Giannis like, yo, Dame got going, so we just fed him. And then that's what it was. And he wasn't missing. I think he scored like the last 11 or something like that. I think he did, man. He was on fire, bro. So for me, T, my homie, man, I gotta go Dame, man.
So I got a question for you. You think Giannis should have won the MVP or they should have given it to Dame?
Bro, to be honest with you, bro, the way that game went and how entertaining it was at the end, they should have gave out 3 trophies that night.
3?
They should have gave. Steph should have got one. Dame should have got one.
Yeah.
And look, we're in a different time right now with COVID. It's a lot of things different.
Everybody get a participation trophy.
No, bro. One year Kobe and Shaq won together, right? So they can do more than one. It's been done.
They didn't want to.
They should do it. It was so exciting. I understand why they gave it to Giannis because nobody ever went 16 for 16. And it's not like he was taking all dunks. Granted, majority of them were, but he took some threes too. I think he took 3 of them.
I mean, the All-Star game's a little uncontested too, so they ain't like
for sure. But he's not a 3-point shooter. Look, it's a lot of like you say, it's uncontested, right? It's a lot of people who didn't go perfect. In the history of the All-Star game, nobody has ever gone perfect that shot more than 10.
That's cool. So I got a question. What year was that LeBron lost the championship and then he averaged a triple-double and ain't given the MVP? Should he have gotten it?
No, because you can't give it to – he didn't win. You know what I mean? And I get it. That's the year that Iggy got it. It should have went to Steph. I don't understand how you give it to Iggy.
You may tell you why? The same thing we talked about a second ago because Steph clammed up and he didn't show up in games 1 and 2. And they got out of it.
But you can't give it to a man because he stopped somebody from averaging 40. You know what I mean? Like,
and listen, ain't like Steph put up some stellar. Steph was
still averaging 20-something that game. That series.
He was turning the ball over. He got clammed up in there.
Right, he still averaged 20-something that series. But I thought that was a Steph Curry MVP. But people are so disgusted with him because the problem with Steph Curry is he built such a name for himself in a regular season. Again, he's the first unanimous MVP. So he built up such a name and a good part in the regular season. He got the Peyton Manning effect.
So basically, it was his to lose, and he didn't.
Again, it's the Peyton Manning effect, right? So great during the regular season, and shoot, Steph's good during the postseason too. It's just when you get to the finals, it doesn't look as great as it did. But then you gotta look at it too. The finals is the finals, bro. The focus is on Steph so much, like in those games. Because you don't want Steph to get hot at any time. So I can see why, he would have those bad shooting nights. So people don't take that in consideration that the focus is really on him, especially in those finals games. You know what I mean? But again, man, Dame's that dude, bro. Dame's that guy clutch-wise. As a clutch performance, bro, he's right up there top 5 probably. Top 5 in clutch. That's just me. The fact that look, when he shot it, everybody looked like that gonna go in.
Yeah. Didn't he shoot the shot before at the end of that game too? So he shot back to back. I think he missed the first one and then hit. Yeah,
I tell you, he scored the last 11, bro.
Yeah.
Killed it, man. Hey,
man. Anything else you want to yell to the people about, bro?
I just say this, and we can end it on this. Shout out. This is the month of the women, right? So shouts out to our producer. Mika J, because she is a woman on this show, so we appreciate her and all she does. I do have a few people that I want to highlight. So since we're getting to the latter part of the month, we might just have to do 2 a show, maybe. So I don't know if you got somebody you want to highlight. I know Dr. Tanya Gillespie Johnson. I want to highlight. I couldn't figure out. I came on late today, of course, because I was tired and not feeling well, but came on late today, so wasn't able to get it in the early part of it. But I will get with our woman of the show, Mika, and we'll get it in on next week's show. I promise that. So I do. So I just get them a minor shout out now, and then next week I'll put where you can find them and all that stuff. So there's Southern Pearl Dentistry in Hampton, Georgia. So shouts out to Dr. Gillespie Johnson. Latanya Gillespie Johnson, her name is up there. You can follow her on all social media platforms as well. She does great work. She's my dentist now, so I can, I can vouch for her on that. Again, we'll have more information and stuff on next week. There's Sisters Who Care, which is a nonprofit organization that helps women So you can follow them as well, Sisters Who Care, and I have the information for it. There's Crespo Law Firm, who does entertainment, who does, trademarks and all that stuff like as well. And those are three that comes to mind to me right now. I don't know if you have any, but again, I'm gonna get the information for next week's show. So you guys, these are great women, African American women who does great work out there. So be on the lookout for them.
All right, bro. I got nothing, man. That's it, man. I'm ready to eat dinner, man. I am hungry.
All right, yeah, I gotta go pick up Mila, man. And I still gotta go to the gym tonight. I'm probably gonna go around 9:30. Cause I didn't make it because I went to sleep because I was tired, bro.
Nobody judging you.
Oh, I feel like you're judging, man.
Nobody judging you, man.
Yeah, Mika J is the best, man. Jacob, I agree. All right, sign us off, my brother. Do your thing.
Hey, man, we appreciate you guys tuning to the One Stop Podcast where we talk sports
and all that other shit. Thank you, guys. Follow us on all social media platforms. All right, don't forget. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Peace.